So we had some movement in the NBA. Actually, let's get to the finals first. A very disappointing finals. We had the Boston Celtics winning in five. Um, it was actually very disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go to Kyrie first. I did not expect that out of Kyrie. I expected some really big games out of him. It just never happened. If anybody know me, I'll tell anybody that's willing to listen. I believe Kyrie Irving is the greatest point guard of all time. Not just the greatest ball handler, not just the best finisher. I just have the belief in him that he is the greatest point guard of all time. And you want to know something? I don't think you think of Magic Johnson, what is he, 6'8", whatever he was, point guard. Um there's a plethora of point guards. Steph, there's a plethora of point guards that, people might say that Kyrie is better than Kyrie. I don't think there's a lot of point guards, if any point guard, that is better than Kyrie Irving. And for me personally, mm-mm, that wasn't it. Kyrie didn't show GOAT status. He didn't show superstar, all star status. Um, it was actually quite very disappointing. I don't know what was going on with him where he couldn't produce the way I figured he would produce in NBA Finals series. But we have Boston Celtics as the 2024, 2020, no, 2023, 2024 NBA champions. And actually, it in the beginning of the season, before the season even started, actually, I had Boston winning. I do not believe that there's any team that can compete with this team overall. I just do not. Top to bottom, they have two superstars leading the way. They have giants like um, the reason why I'm having a brain fog right now is because I was just going to say Derek White as a giant, but you have good role players like Derek White that stepped up and really played this position well. You do have defensive giants, um, like Holiday. He won a championship with Boston. I mean, with Milwaukee. Turned around, won him a championship with now Boston. Milwaukee was his first championship, and now Boston. You have Al Horford, you had the unicorn, and I said that if KP, Kristaps Porzingis played this series, there's literally nothing to talk about. Without Kristaps Porzingis, I do believe that they still would have won, but with him, there's nothing that no team would have been able to do. And then the bench was just fantastic. Their bench was just fantastic. Everybody came in, they played their part. There was nothing that these guys could do. And I want to give a big shout out to Jaylen Brown, dude, like Batman. Dude is like a real life Batman. He's smart off the court, very brilliant, and on the court, he played fantastic. I give him his props. Um, he's really taking this game to another level, and now you got two superstars on this team that they are really looking to keep this going for some time. I don't know if they keep this team together. You can expect for some players to want to get paid, but for right now, your Boston Celtics are your champions. Um, Jason Tatum, he played really good as usual. Jalen Brown. There's a lot of good players on this team, and there's a lot of good players that knew their role. And I don't believe Dallas lost this as much as Boston won this, right? And listen to me, I said Kyrie didn't play a good game and he scored 35. Like, he needed those games like where he played with Braun where they both scored 50 points. You know what I mean? Like, they needed games like that. But overall, this Dallas Mavericks team was not going to be able to beat them because they play a lot of one-on-one ball, and you can say that about Boston as well. I know that was a problem for them growing up and growing into the players that they are today. Um, that Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown was like, "Hey, I'm gonna score, you score, I'm gonna score, you score," but they put it together. Dallas, there was no way two players in Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, no matter how great they are, was going to beat the Boston Celtics by themselves. I don't know what's up with PJ Washington. Um, uh, what's his name? Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was kind of expecting from this team, but one thing for sure, two things for certain, they were not going to beat them. Just those two players. They got that win. They got that one win. What was that, game 4? But man, oh man, like, they need to really do something in the free agency to kind of get this team up to par because yeah, I don't know, man. Jaden Harden, Josh Green, Alex Fudge, Dante Exum, he had a really big shot. Greg Brown the third, don't even come on, man. PJ Washington getting paid 16 million. Are you crazy? Wow, man. Markeith Morris. I can't, one of the Morris twins is really good. And I don't know which twin this is. Both good in their own right. Derrick Jones Jr., I saw a lot of him out there. They kept letting them shoot them threes. I don't know. But this wasn't it. This was a very disappointing NBA Finals. I can't, again, I can't text and talk at the same time because then I'll end up writing down what I'm talking about. But writing a message right now telling people to call in 309-794-7512. Let's get these callers in. Let's see what y'all got to say, man. We talk about the NBA Finals right now. We go jump into free agency, and then we go talk about some more stuff as well. A lot of things going on. We talking about the NBA Finals, free agency. Chief Keef came back to town and performed for the first time in like 10 to 12 years. Dirk and FYBJ Maine, they came together and had to talk about Puss in Peace. Um, Butt Naked Drive. Yeah, let's talk about Butt Naked Drive too, man. Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about Butt Naked Drive. All right. So yeah. Yeah. Jump back on track. Yeah. Yeah. They need to. Dallas is gonna need to upgrade this upgrade this, man, because that was a boring ass NBA Finals, man. It was a boring Finals. Again, big shouts out to the Boston Celtics for winning that, rightfully so. it would have been a huge disappointment if they lost because technically they're the odds favorite, man. I didn't see Denver. I didn't see and you know, with the Eastern Conference Finals, you hear a lot about these teams talking about there was a lot of unhealthy teams out in there was a lot of unhealthy teams out there, and I gotta admit, like I don't too much care for whether they was healthy. Giannis, Joel Embiid, Highland Burton. I can't pronounce his name. There was no team beating the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference, whether they were healthy or whether they were, well, I'll just keep it at healthy because there's no excuse. There was nobody all around going to beat them. I think people figured out Giannis, you know, creating a defensive wall. And then at the end of the day, you kind of let Giannis do what he's going to do and you just defend everybody else, right? Let Giannis score 50 and defend everybody else. Um, Philly, I don't believe in Philly because they only have two players. Tobias Harris is butt cheeks. So they have to get rid of Tobias Harris. And I mean, seriously, he I understand that the GM Elton Brand has to kind of stick to his guns because of all of the picks that they got rid of. I think Jimmy Butler was part of that trade as well. They have to see it through, right? They gave up so much in order to keep him or to get him. He just became a bust. Love Tyrese Maxey. Man, the kid is amazing. Tyrese Maxey is amazing. Joel Embiid is amazing. But then again, everybody else that's around him, I just don't. I don't see no team. Brooklyn, who Brooklyn got? Brooklyn wasn't even in the mix, but you know, Brooklyn. I think the kid from Philly, Ben Simmons, was over there. New York, they had a good run, but they like a piece of some away. And Jaylen Brown, he literally scores a lot. He scores a lot. He don't pass a lot, but he's efficient though. Bronson and the crew over there. I know what was that kid name? He used to be a Laker, but then he was hurt. I forgot his name. What the heck is his name? Oh man, you know what? They actually did have a really good squad, but what was bro name? He was hurt, man. What the heck was his name? They don't even got him listed on here. That's ridiculous. He was like a star last year. He came in. Julius Randle, that's his name. Julius Randle was hurt. Why the heck is? Oh, there you go, right there. You know, he was hurt. But they actually did have a nice, gritty, good team that was actually putting up points, really good defensive wise. Wow, Bogdanovich was getting $20 million. But they did have a decent squad, but they weren't beating. They weren't beating the Boston Celtics. Toronto, I think they rebuild in Chicago. You know, Zach LaVine was hurt, Lonzo Ball hurt. Even if they was healthy, I don't see them beating that team. Cleveland Cavaliers, they had one of the boringest fucking series. What was it? I think it was like Orlando and Cleveland or something like that. And they had the nerve to go to a game 7. Oh my God, it was so boring. Detroit, I think they rebuilding or something. Indiana, kid got hurt. Bucks hurt. Warriors, the Wizards, you know, they rebuilding. Orlando, great playoff run, but yeah. Miami, then still don't see them being able to beat them. Charlotte, I don't even know. Oh, LaMelo Ball over there. Atlanta, don't know what's going on with them. So no, I don't believe anybody, no matter who's healthy or what in the East. Boston was a lock to go to the finals. And then over out West, I just did not see no team out there. Denver would have been their best shot at like a competitive series. But this kid named Anthony Edwards happened. Yeah, that kid happened. So I don't know what you do with that. Oklahoma City, they still young. They still got some pieces they need to get over there to help them win. That's a young team, a great young team, man. Shout out to Shea. Shout out to Chat and them. Lou Dort. Shout out to the crew over there. They actually doing their thing. Portland don't know what they got going on. Utah don't know what they got going on. Warriors is the Warriors. The Clippers, I don't know what they got going on. I mean, like, you got Paul George, you got Kawhi, Russ, James. Look at this roster, man. Look at this roster, bro. Don't know who this is, Brandon Boston. Don't know who Kobe Brown is. Amir Coffey. Don't know who that is. Musa Diabet. I don't know who that is. Kai Jones. Don't know who that is. Terrence Mann is actually good. He's actually, you kind of put him in that same breath as Tyrese Maxey, but Tyrese Maxey is just a billion times better. I feel like if you get rid of one of these main players and you give Terrence Mann more time to play, he'll be able to develop, much like Tyrese Maxey was able to do when they got rid of Jimmy Butler. Jordan Miller, Xavier Moon, what I mean, Mason Plumlee, come on, man. Norman Powell, come on, man. PJ Tucker, really like PJ Tucker. Zubac, really like him. I hate the Lakers got rid of him. They got to do something with this roster, man. It's like all of these players kind of like low key all play the same position. They all do the same thing, kinda. I don't know. The Lakers, Phoenix, don't know what they got going on, man. They definitely have to do something with free agency, and it's kind of tough with the amount of money that they spending on the big three. I really do like Bol, and I hope that he get more opportunity to play. You think about the kid over there in San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama, and like Bol been doing that. Like he's already been that type of player. But I like Grayson Allen as well. Eric Gordon been doing the same thing for a long time, so you kind of know what you're gonna get from him. U6 Nurkic, a big body. Thaddeus Young, man, I don't know what they do with this team, bro. Like I don't know what you do with this team. With this amount of money, Brad Beal, 46 million. Devin Booker, 36 million. Kevin Durant, 47 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's who is the GM over there? James Jones, I believe. It's tall task, man. Tall task. Sacramento, young team. Houston Rockets, rebuilding. Memphis, Ja got to come back. They still need some pieces over there. Zion, I don't know. He has not lived up to what everybody thought he was going to be. Love B.I., Brandon Ingram, man. I don't know. San Antonio, young team. They got the number 1 pick in Victor Wembanyama. Go need time to build around him. So, no, I don't think that there was anybody that was going to be Boston. Again, shout out to Boston. Shout out to Boston for winning. All right, so let's jump into free agency, man. Not much really happened outside of, this kid. We got Josh Giddey from the Oklahoma City Thunder for Alex Caruso. It was a head-up trade. I personally like the trade. Outside of his issues that he had last year with the sexual assault thing, he's been cleared of it. Oklahoma City, I said they have a lot of players. They have a lot of talent over there. They need to get rid of some people, and Josh Giddey was one of them, and Chicago was definitely one of the places I wanted him to come. Now, I wanted him to come for Lonzo Ball, but they was able to keep ball and they got giddy. So I actually like that because he's a really good playmaker. 6'8", man. This kid, look, 6'8", man. The kid is 6'8", 6'8" shoot. They got him listed as a shooting guard, but the kid's a point guard, man, a playmaker. Like, he's really good. I think we lose out on our defensive prowess as far as losing Caruso is concerned. But as far as the playmaking and the scoring, it takes the ball away from, it takes the ball out of Zach LaVine's hand. It takes the ball out of DeMar DeRozan's hand. So they are able to, and then look at that. That's crazy. It say he only got 4 assists, though. That was the system that he's playing in. But I believe that you get a lot of more playmaking out of those guys with having the ability not to have the ball in their hand all the time. And then you have to really stay true on the defense. The defensive people will have to stay true to their players as far as guarding DeMar and guarding Zach instead of, double teaming guys or whatnot. So I think that it's a good trade. I think that he'll fit in, and I think we got to get rid of some more players and pick up some more people. And I think we get Josh Giddey, we keep Lonzo, we keep DeMar, we keep we keep Nikola Jokic, and then we build around them. Zach, we keep, we need to get rid of the rest of these players, man. Only other player I really know is AO. AO was kind of doing this thing. Andre Drummond, a big body, but man, we need like a real versatile big that can make Nikola Vujacic go ahead and go to the 4. Kobe White too. I like Kobe White, man. It's crazy he didn't win most improved player. It's ridiculous. So again, it's not a whole lot that happened in free agency. They actually paid Sacramento paid Malik Monk, which I think was really cool. I like Malik Monk. I'm glad he got his money, and I think he signed like a 4-year deal or something like that. One thing that riddled me, Paul George is up. He could opt into a contract. I think his last year of his contract or something like that. But they haven't. The Clippers haven't paid him yet. They could do it whenever, but it's just ridiculous that they kind of got him put on hold when he's been the most consistent Clipper. As far as durability, as far as points, as far as just him kind of playing his part for that team when Kawhi is out or James isn't playing or just like a plethora of things, man. So it's kind of weird. Obviously, LeBron's he do his 1-1, so he's up for free agent for another contract. Uh, Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, OG Anunoby. That's a lot of people that's out there that's available, but these guys are gonna start dropping like dominoes. They really are. They're gonna start dropping like dominoes. So I don't truly expect for these guys to be out on the market long. I am excited to see where people fall. Um, it is interesting. It is going to be very, very interesting. Uh, really, really cool. I really want to log into my Instagram, but oh yeah, let's go over here. I forgot. My bad. So we had a concert where Chief Keef came to town. It was a really big thing because Chief Keef has not come to Chicago in quite some time. And it was a real success. I feel like the show was a real success. I did not attend it, but through all of the social media, you know, through all of the social media videos and pictures from everybody, everybody was happy to see him. Everybody was happy he came home. Everybody was happy, that he's a pivotal person in Chicago music scene, and you know, barring his legal things, he just did not come back here. There's no reason for him to come back. He built his life in Cali. He's kind of been doing this thing out there, which was he's been really successful at doing that. He just recently dropped Almighty Sosa 2. If you haven't, listened to it, definitely go check that joint out. My favorite song on the album is Jesus. Yeah, him and Lennar went crazy on that. He had a lot of people, a lot of support out there. I know I saw G Herbo and him perform. Again, I don't know the full list of people that he had out there, but I know for sure he performed for Nito, which is one of his biggest songs. A track that he produced and made himself, so he has all of the royalties and rights to that song. And anybody that know the song Finito is like one of the greatest songs that ever come out of the city. Now, and I'm not just talking about a drill song. I'm not just talking about a rap song. I'm talking about just like one of the most impactful songs that has come out of the city is definitely Finito. Young, old, and everything in between. Christian, police. I don't care what you are, where you stand in your life. You hear that song, you know what it is, and you most likely know some, if not all, some of the lyrics of that track. So it was really cool for him to pop out for that. It was really good, and I think everybody responded to it very well. It was really cool. And then you want to know something else that happened? There was a lot of I don't know if Lollapalooza is supposed to be coming up. Well, I know it's supposed to be coming up, but I'm not sure if he's going to be there. But um, this was more talked about than Lala. Just simply him coming back to the city um, and performing was something that was more that has been more talked about than actually than Lala. I haven't heard the performance lineup. I haven't heard them talk about the days. I haven't heard nothing about Lollapalooza at all. Like I just haven't heard. I just haven't. I could be naive, but I could not be in the loop. But I think I'm following enough Chicago platforms to know what's going on, and I haven't heard anything from them. Anything. So on Hardin and Augusta, we had Bud Nucket Drive. So for people that don't know, Bud Naked Drive is basically it was a party out west, and we have out west we have fifis, and a fifi is a party that's thrown out west outside, and if you've been to a fifi, it's been lit. I don't think it doesn't matter where out west that you went to at a fifi, they all was bussing, right? Like they all had it. They all was doing their thing. So they come up with this new concept called Butt Naked Drive. And Butt Naked Drive was packed. I wish I could find this video, man. There was this one video. Let me put this over here to search for this video. There was one video where, I mean, the block was literally packed like sardines. Let's see if we can find this video. Like, it was legitly so many people outside, bro. You know, I'm glad that I put this over here because nothing but porn popped up on this damn, after searching that. Oh my god. But if you are familiar with what's going on the city of Chicago's west side, yeah, it's hot out there, man. It's hot out there. Oh, and when we say hot out there, that means it's like it's a lot going on. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. There's been like a lot of shootings out there, man. Boom, 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 boom. It's been a lot of shootings out west. There's been a lot of people killed, and you know, just the uptake in violence alone, it really surprised me that they would throw something like Butt Naked Drive. It I think that the concept was cool, but when my bros was in the group chat and they like, "Yo, we going to Butt Naked Drive," I'm like, "No, cool on that, man. It ain't organized. It is. It was like no, no organized security, no, it was just people hanging outside on the block out west like it was the old out west, and it's not. It's not the old out west. It is not the old out west. And when I first heard about it, everybody, the concept called fire. Everybody was talking about it. Social media influencers, your family, your friends, like people, like, man, y'all going to Butt Naked Drive? Like, first of all, people wanted to know what the hell was Butt Naked Drive. Like, what are they talking about? You know what I mean? So after getting clarification on exactly what it is, then everybody wanted to, then go and they wanted to, get involved. Um, I can't find that video. Anyway, oh, why don't I just do a simple Google search? And the craziest thing is, the moment I get off of this and then I just casually scroll through my Instagram, that video is gonna pop up. Uh, 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 Anywho, I mean, the streets. If you know what Augustine Harding looked like, it was packed. I mean, body to body, it was packed. I mean, seriously, it was packed. It was packed, and ultimately the place ended up getting shot up. It ended up getting shot up, and it was when L texts, you have to text back. Um, but it ended up getting shot up. So that's pretty much how it ended. It sounded like it was a success. Um, it sounded like it was a success all the way up until that point. I'm glad that people can still come together like that, come out, really support that thing, and I don't think it was. I don't think it was something where people were asked to pay or anything like that. But it was definitely really cool to kind of see everybody, um, you know, come out and support that the way that they did. Another thing we can talk about is FYBJ Main and Lil Durk jumped on a phone call. So there's been a lot of mixed reactions to this, and personally, I support it. I'm not from out south, not from over east. Shit, I think I've been out that way, like not the burbs, not like the burbs, because I've been in the deep burbs, like the deep burbs, the more safer burbs, quite a bit of time. But like the inner burb, like the inner, like the low end, over ease and 63rd, like I've never been like towards that way. So like they politics ain't really ever been a concern of mine. Like that ain't got nothing to do with me. And but I do approve of I do approve of these guys coming together and saying that they want to push peace, and I think that it's appropriate. I think it's about time. Um Dirk for sure has a lot of influence on, you know, these kids and other people, who guys go still want to keep whatever they got going on anyway, but for him to be the voice that he has, or to be the voice that he is and come out and do stuff like this, whether it's for show, whether it's political, whether whatever it is, I think that over time you will be able to understand whether it's sincere or not. But for right now, whether it's sincere or not, I think that it's appropriate and it's actually good to see. Um, FIBJ Mang, I believe he's off 63rd, and then Dirk them 64th and normal tied. So those two sides really didn't get along. There's a lot of bloodshed and violence between the two sides, and a lot of people, guys that are in prison, they not they not really rocking with it. Um, they not. They felt like they've done too much and too much that's going on for those two sides to squash, so to say, or for Dirk and FIBJ Main to be talking about this pussy peace stuff when people have died. There are guys in jail for things that has went on, and there are people ultimately dead behind this. So it's like, how long do you go until you say how many people has to die or how many people has to go to jail until you say this ain't really it. The guys that are in prison, they're going to feel some type of way because they in jail for, them standing up for what they believe is right, or, sliding for guys that has been hurt or killed behind, this back and forth. And but the guys that are out and about, you know, whether you're successful or not, when do you, say enough is enough? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess Dirk could have said nothing at all, and he could have just not dissed them no more, fell to the wayside as far as making music towards them, and that could have been it. He didn't. He technically he didn't have to come out and want to publicly speak to bro about nothing that nothing in regards to pushing peace or anything like that. He could have just fell to the wayside. He got enough money to do that. He's made enough music in his catalog for that, and I think that it's just an opportunity to move past all of that. The younger guys ain't gonna really want to do that because they hungry. They want to make a name for themselves, and then it's still fresh to them that they friend probably got killed, they cousin, they brother, something like that. So they really entrenched into it, and it's probably be hard for them to let that go, especially without no money. I think the more money you have, the more susceptible you are and willing to be able to let go of the past. But when you're on the come up, especially in a place like Chicago, where it seemingly kind of be like, well, you kind of have to go this route in order to make the money. So I think money plays a big part in all of this. Money plays a huge part in it, where guys may feel like they need to get their money because if you don't do drill music, if you're not, you know, actively living that lifestyle, you don't have no life skills. You don't got no skills. You can't go back to school. You go to school, then you accounted for. Then they go slide on you and kill you. So it's like you don't want to work a job. Again, you accounted for. You don't have no life skills, no experience. Well, what do you do? So I think money plays a huge factor in all of this. Um, again, I don't really have no dog in their politics and what they're doing out there, but it's a Chicago thing. I think that it was really good to see though. All right, y'all. I'm finna wrap this up. It was cool kicking it with y'all. It was cool listening to what these stupid ass comments was just saying. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm out.